Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to my channel. The Underrated Darkness, yours truly. The number one grinder. One of the best kept secrets on social media. The best of the business. This is Good Morning to the Fam, part 47. Should be reached 50 soon. Hashtag the truth, the number one grinder. Come on in, family. Come on in. It was a pretty good discussion last night. We talk about different teams and talk about the Jets' crucial loss yesterday. Somebody want to talk about it? We can talk about that a little bit today again, if you want to. So come on in and please come on in. Please come on in. And start of the week. 3 more days to be September 11th. You know what that day means. Most likely I'm gonna do a special on that. Please come on up. Let's talk about it. You know, where it was at and everything when that happened in 2001. Right? Yeah, I was in New York at the time. I was married at the time. And I tell you my experience of it and everything. So please take the time. I don't know what time I'm gonna do. It's gonna be most likely in the morning. I'm gonna try to maybe try to do it early in the morning, maybe run it a little bit, you know. So please come on up. Because nobody don't come, I ain't gonna stay long. You know, right now, I'm not. So please come on about, on the panel and talk about it, That's a very sad day, around the country, around the world, but around the country, especially New York and stuff like that. So really is sad. And that's the same when it happened. My older brother was born on the same day. My older brother. No lie. No so. So we're gonna start off the week strong. Wait for some people to come into the panel. Um, the big fight coming up in Las Vegas, Terrence Crawford against Canelo. We don't care about it. People want to talk a little bit about it. We can. You know, I don't know. I'll probably talk about my underrated boxing talk this week. I see what's up. Depends how I feel. You know. And so that's what I'm saying like that. So let's see what happens. Who's this? That's like a Michonne Knight. That sure is. Hey, Sister Michonne Knight, how you doing? How you doing? I know that. I see them hearts. I see that's Michonne Knight. How you doing? Oh yeah, let me say this again because I said it last night. I'm thinking about doing a series of some liquor and also some champagne. Who the one like sponsor it back in the days, and I'm gonna have exclusives. I'm still thinking about it and stuff, blending in the hip hop community, and also, you know, so I'm saying I'm thinking about it. Start a series on it. I'm not saying I would do it every time, but let's say if you can hear me, press one. You can hear me, press one. You hear me, press one. All right. You hear me? Okay. So got the hookup. That's all that. So I might have some exclusives. We're gonna talk about the connection of the hip hop community, like R&B, pop. I gotta see how I'm gonna do it. So definitely, definitely gonna be a panel discussion. Have to be a panel discussion. I know people want to talk about the '90s and stuff, so I know people got to talk about the '90s. So most likely probably be at nighttime. What you were doing in the '90s. When you first came out. Now in Virginia, I wish they had some St. Ives down here. But most of that, doubt that, Dawes Effect, they the one of the first one brought out St. Ives. That matter they had a song of St. Ives. They drink St. Ives? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Michelle. So I have to hook. Like I said, I can't tell you the hookup because it's confidential. But I have to hook. I'm gonna have the hookup. Y'all gonna see. Y'all gonna see. I said, if I decide, I'm like maybe like I was like 50%, but it's going towards maybe like 60%. Let's see what happens. Let me read what she Sister Michonne Knight was saying. She said that would be a good series. A lot of the 80s and the 90s were the influence of the liquor industry. Yeah. Okay. All right. Oh, okay. Okay. I might do it. I need some more people who want to engage in that. Cause I'm actually show you. I'm actually show you the box. I gotta be careful because the manufacturers and stuff. So I might be like, So let's see what happens. Like I said, I got the hookup. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. And there might be some that I really don't care about it. I'll probably show y'all. Once I show you such. Yeah, I'm the hookup. They're gonna be like, yeah. Yeah. As I said, I might, but it's like 60%. No. So let's see what happens. But Jets lost a crucial game that should have won. Turnovers kill you every time. I don't care what sports that you're in, turnovers, you gotta limit the turnovers to win. Of any sport. You can't just cannot keep on sitting the defense out, keep on stopping you. And then, and I see some of the offense. Yeah, the offense look good, look different, But when the offense shorten the field and you don't take advantage of, so, but Aaron Glenn said you gonna talk to them. I know he gonna get on them and stuff. But that's some good, there's some good thing. I thought there's some people will come talk about just last night, but it wasn't like that. But but shout out to the ones who was on the panel last night. Thanks to y'all. You know, um, you know, I'm trying to wait for some more people. Come on, see what they talking about, right? So this is all. Good morning to the fam, so. Let's see what happens. So. Oh. But I noticed that there's always be people missing. We had a lot of people missing. Like I said, that always happened throughout the years, but wow, little kids missing. No, I was gonna happen Saturday about it. But I noticed that there is a rise of older people missing. Yeah, of older people missing. We gotta talk more about that, y'all. Anybody that's missing is not a good sign, but older people missing, like, no, we gotta talk about it. No, that in this space, people don't like to. There's some in this space they don't talk about it. They really don't. Yeah, I know y'all see the thumbnail. Wu-Tang. You know, I know some people, kill Wu-Tang because that some of them had change up and everything, and I understand that. But I got to get credits due. New York. Dang, I was around that time. Matter of fact, I was when Wu-Tang first came out. I was living in Staten Island around that time, so I'm very familiar with that area of TARGEE Street, Vanderbilt Avenue. I believe it's nearby right off Staten Island Expressway. Van Burr Street. No, I ain't gonna tell you the street I live on. So I had some good times in Staten Island. Staten Island, Staten Island's gonna have a very special part in my life forever. So shout out to Staten Island. Big shout out to Staten Island. Staten Island always gonna have a special place. Always a special place. Always a special place. Yeah. So shout out to Staten Island. Shout out to Staten Island. Yeah. So hopefully we can get some. We can get some peoples come on through and talk. Talk what's going on. Yeah, but to get back to the fight, I know a lot of people be talking about it. Terrence Crawford and Canelo and stuff like that. I gotta find out. I gotta find out about the undercard too. Yo, Triple Darkness, what's good? What's good? Yeah, man. Me, born and raised New York City. You know what I'm saying? Brooklyn, BK stand up. The whole New York stand up. Yeah, thank you. I fucking stand down too, no doubt. How you feel? Yeah, man. So we can talk about Wu-Tang if you want. New York. I'll put the link in the chat. You want to come up? You know what I mean? So, Gage. I hear you. I ain't seen you in a while. You all right? Ooh, excuse me. That's good. I'm glad you're chilling. Glad your family's good. I'm glad you're good health. No? No. I was thinking as I did Queen, Bronx. I think I did. Good. That's great to hear, fam. Great to hear. Great to hear. Why I get a thumb? No, thumb. I'm trying to rep New York. You know what I mean? So Seneca One, I ain't see you in a while. Welcome, welcome. Thanks for coming. Free kill sim, yeah. You know how that go, triple dogs, man. See, that's what I'm saying. That there are some that make hip hop bad. You know, the artists, the producers, all that. You know, but there are some that still fight for the cause and still get caught. You know, they still try to make them feel that they ain't do, they did something wrong. You know, I always say the ones that fight to keep hip hop pure and stuff like that. Those are ones that we should stick with. Now, there's along the way that people have switched up throughout the years. Yeah, don't be around them. They all corporate. You know how corporate America feel about us as people. Then you still got some like Fat Joe. I really don't care about them. Then you got Busta Rhymes talking about us as a people. We didn't create hip hop. Like, y'all know your history, and rightfully so. Lord Jamal. For Brand Nubian had brought it up, had explained it well, you know, and just stupidness like that, And then I'm gonna say this, y'all should know better. See, I can say I'm around when hip hop was born. I was 7 years old, so I remember. People say, I do remember. Okay, I remember the Aces. You know what I mean? And they talk about the gang and stuff like that. And also, they really was around like Uptown, But they said some in Brooklyn. They protect the neighborhoods and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? And they the one really part of hip hop. You know what I mean? So and I know some of them personally. Hold on for 1 second, fam. Hold on for 1 second. I'm back. So get back what I'm saying. I knew the Aces and everything. So I'm gonna tell you, I would like to get up with Lord Jamal, you know, and let's talk about because I got stories, you know, about hip hop and everything around Brooklyn, New York, and everything. I remember the Aces, Me and special ed, being a special ed, I see things, and I would like to be on Lord Jamal, podcast or whatever, and I can bring some light to it too. What Lord Jamal is talking about, you know, because we're always talking about uptown and stuff like that. But Staten Island, Queens, Brooklyn, you know, they have some people that represent too, you know, especially like, you know, you got Brownsville, East New York, Prospect Heights, you know, we was representing too, you know, in the parts too, and also people, also our brothers and sisters in Queens, you know, that play a big role too, you know. But shout out to the Bronx though. What's for the Bronx won't be no hip hop. Yeah, I say that. What's for the Bronx, it'd be no hip hop. But people talking about it, you know, what African American. It's like it's whatever anything that deals with the soil in this country. They don't want they don't even want to give us our props for that. But you got some foreigners that look like us, your own son. Oh, you're mad for what? We created it, just like the West Indians, right? Y'all create skit, reggae, all that. We get your props, right? But at the same time, you know, when y'all do samples, you do samples of us, right? But we give your props though, but you know, you know, that's another. But let me tell you, but shout out to some of the West Indian brothers and sisters that rolls with us. And everything. Like they say, Africa, we roll with y'all, man. It's just that some I don't hear what they're saying, man. So listen, today we're gonna stick to the subject, man. We're gonna stick to the subject today. Whatever subject it is, we're gonna stick to the subject. You know, so shout out to you, brother Jesse. You know, so how's the matter of fact, let me ask everybody, how y'all families doing? Sorry about that, y'all. Oh, I forgot make my announcements. Shout out to my underrated one family. Yo. Shout out to y'all, man. Keep it up, keep it up. Hit the like button, share this out. Hit the like button and share this out. Also, shout out to No Duck Zone family, brother Clarence McClain, and his wife, beautiful wife, and the rest of the brothers and sisters. Shout out to No Duck Zone. Y'all keep on banging it, keep on doing your thing. Also shout out to the mighty LDBC that says Lions Den Boston community, also basketball community. Also shout out to y'all. Shout out to Brother 78 Sports and everybody else. Anytime, you know how I do it. And so say hi. Tell everybody say hi. And everybody in your families, you know, in the chat. Yo, but so like I was saying, Brother Jesse, you came in. I'm most likely I'm gonna do a special on September 11th. And I'm looking forward for panel discussion. All right. I'm gonna try my best to get on. Get on like maybe 9:05, 9 o'clock, maybe a little late, maybe a little earlier than that. About September 11th. And I don't want, and that's what I'm saying. So panel discussion, y'all. You know, I know y'all have stories about that. Ain't no need to be in the chat. I'm not saying tell you to do, but come on the channel. I'm opening it up. I will put the link in the chat in a few minutes. So we can talk about some things. I'm gonna put the link in the chat. Don't worry, no worries. But there are some people that tell me I should talk more about hip hop in the past and everything, but they ain't ready. It's certain people in this space, they ain't ready. They ain't ready. They ain't ready what I'm saying. No, so. And I don't understand the ones. See, I'm talking about I'm born and raised in New York, so I could vouch for this. And I don't understand the ones I just mentioned, Fat Joe and Busta Rhymes. Like I said, I don't really care about Fat Joe. Because Fat Joe selling drugs, he was selling drugs in our community anyway. So I don't know why y'all no. I don't care, brother. Brother selling drugs. I don't know how respect for you. Nah. You know what I mean? But he making money off us, right? And still disrespecting us and busting rhymes. You know better. You from Brooklyn. You know better. And other ones, and then you got some of the ones still want to associate with them. Nah, they ain't cool with me. They ain't. Yeah, shout out to, yeah, I hear you. I got you. They ain't cool with me. And everybody say like, and then like in the industry, people just like chilling. I ain't no chilling. And yo, I mean, it personally hits home with me. Like I said, when hip hop came, I was 7. I see the birth of it. Do you know the revolution of it, the involvement of it? Now, do I say that the Puerto Ricans play a big part? Yes, they do. I'm not saying they don't, but the same they created it. Come on, stop playing. Stop playing. That's why I said I like Lord Jamal. You hear me? Reach out to me, man, because I would like to. I would love to be on his podcast. I was like, yeah, I was around. I remember the Aces. That's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? Come on now. Anybody can say I know. I was there, right? That's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, Jesse, they don't like to ask people who were there at the beginning. They like to ask like famous ones. I was there. You know what I mean? I seen it. You know what I mean? Come on now. And those are the ones you need to ask. Not the one like the famous, so famous one. I'm not saying they wasn't around. It wasn't it. Yeah. I remember, I remember like when they used to jam and stuff, they used to connect the power of the lights. You live in the projects or even in the house. They used to jam like in a block party. They used to have long extension cords connected to plug in and stuff like that. Because the back at that time, that's what you do. Come on now. Jamming. No, this is the thing, Jesse. They don't want to ask people like me. Because I'm not famous. Yeah. They don't want to ask me. They don't want to ask people like me and stuff like that. Because I'm not famous. Back then, motherfuckers used to drink Miller Highlights and all that. Oh, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. But they don't want to ask people like me. And they don't. They want to they see people want to be famous. They don't ask people like me. They don't. That's why I said, Lord Jamal, you need to get people like me. I know. Yeah, ask. Right. But what Lord Jamal should have did, he said the ones who not, you know what I'm saying, that want to reach out to me, boom, 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 like that, drop your email or whatever it is, reach out to me and bring me on. I'm just asking, not begging. I'm just asking. I remember. That's what I'm saying. I remember all that. I remember police was trying to stop the block parties and all that. I remember that. I remember all that. And also the aces used to make sure that we get on the school bus, like we in school. Take school buses. I remember the aces used to be around. I remember some of the aces used to know my father, my late father. But you know, as being part of Jehovah's Witness, you know, you can't partake in that. That's rightfully so. But they used to be. That's what people. They ain't ready. What I said. I around the Black Panthers. I already talk about that. Come on now, don't play with me. I know. That's why I talk when I talk. But people in this space, or sometimes people outside the space, they trying to hit people like us. They don't want to. Yo, they was gang related. That's what that law enforcement used to say. The real gang was them. We took the drugs right out of the community and stuff like that. Yeah, take drugs out of the community, but you end up seeing somebody else sell the drugs, and y'all pocket and y'all making profits out there to put your kids through school because what y'all had, because the solid what y'all had wasn't putting people to school. But we gang, right? And sometimes some of us as a people we fall for the okie doke. Oh yeah, they bad, they bad, they bad. Oh, so that means law enforcement, the real gang was hitting you up with some dough, right? To run for office, right? You know, get your girl. Oh, I'll put me in school. Come on, man. All right. No, that's not just black man. Black women taking all too. Both. Little, how you know? I seen it. I know it. Okay. Hold on for a second, fam. Hold on. I'm back. If y'all can hear me, press one. If y'all can hear me, press one. Y'all can hear me, press one. You want to come up, Jesse? You can come up. The other link right there. But this is people fair to understand that. Just like when people talk about the Black Panther Party, you know what's going on and stuff. Yeah, I know what's going on, but I wasn't there in California. I didn't live in California. So what are you talking about? I mean, when the Black Panthers came out, I was a baby when it came out. I was an infant. Kwanzaa came out, same thing. I was an infant. When I got to know it, I said, "Oh, okay." How I could tell somebody that live it, right? Oh, I know everything's wrong, but they live it. But I'm telling them what's going on. Yeah. That made no sense to me. It don't. Good morning. Well, yeah, I'm gonna say good afternoon. 12 more minutes.
Yeah, it's still morning here. Grand Rising to you, underrated.
Grand rising to you too and your family.
So I had a couple questions. Have you seen that new documentary that Tariq Nasheed did called Microphone Check?
I heard. No, I didn't see it, but I heard of it. Is it worth
Okay, so
seeing?
it's just yes, I did. It's dispelling the myth of the three founders of hip hop, um, which is DJ Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, and Africa Bambaataa.
Well, we ain't gonna tell African Bambaataa because that's another story.
Right. But basically, the film debunks that notion that there was only three founders of hip hop, and that hip hop was um, uh, an all-inclusive uh, African diaspora invention. When we know it wasn't, it was a Black American invention, just like jazz, just like rock and roll, just like funk, country, etc.,
See,
blues.
right, and and I'm glad you bring that up because they keep bringing DJ Kirk. Kirk was born like he was West Indian born,
Uh huh.
and there was people saying that. But we talking about on the U.S. soil.
Right.
Hip hop was
And
born
you
in the
were there
Bronx,
from the very
U.S.
beginning.
soil.
Right, and you were there from the very beginning. Kool Herc didn't bring nothing to America. They tried to make it seem like he was the only one that was doing these block parties, and he's the only one
Block
that had a
parties was
sound
happening for
system.
decades in the hood. Where we at? Where people
Exactly.
talking about? It was long before me and you came in existence, bro.
Right.
What were people talking about?
Well, Fat Joke and Busta Lies has been running with this narrative that um, Kool Herc is, and like I said, Kool Herc, Grandmaster Flash, and Africa Bambaataa started hip hop,
No,
and that
everyone
it was
they started hip hop.
and and, and that it was created 50-50 Black and Latino. Now you
No,
was
it
there from.
wasn't.
I know it wasn't, but
No, I'm not
that's
saying.
the narrative that's the
No,
narrative that they're running with.
I'm not disputing what Jesse said. I know people from outside. No, I'm disagreeing with Jesse. I was there.
Yeah. So do you recall any Latinos having any kind of involvement with hip hop,
I mean, when it started,
or, or were they just spectators? Yes, when it first started.
no. Now along the way, did they bring some to hip hop? Yes.
Okay.
Breakdancing? Yes. But if we know about the breakdancing,
Hey 12, hey
hey
12
12,
L,
you want to come?
Grand
I see
Rising
you
to you.
about 12. If you want to come up 12, please, because sometimes we need some women to be talking. You know, y'all women
Yeah.
gotta talk. Seriously, y'all. Y'all gotta come up and talk. And but this is what I'm saying that they had nothing to take away from the Hispanic, Puerto Rican brothers sisters and our West Indian brothers sisters. I'm not saying they didn't bring nothing to the table. They bring something to the table later on in hip hop. Yes.
Yes, later on. But in the
But
very
start
beginning,
off, no. I was there.
right,
That's what I'm saying. If they want to ask, they should ask people like me. You start asking the famous ones. I'm not the ones that are famous that you already know. Okay, I understand. Ask me, like people like me.
right,
Like they say, oh, the block party. Now the block party been what's happening. What is you talking about? They have block
right,
parties, you know, with blues playing. They have block party with jazz
right,
playing.
right,
Even rock and roll our people. You know what I'm saying? They have block party. What are you talking about?
right.
Oh man, stop playing with me. I know. Listen, I'm not. See what? They don't want to hear from me. People like me.
Right. That's because you go against the popular narrative that they've been running with for decades.
I
Like I
mean,
took a hip hop class.
I like Tito Fuentes, right? The late
Uh
great
huh.
Tito Fuentes, right?
Yeah.
Latin jazz. He's the guy. Yo, he the one started Latin jazz. One of the few. All right, we'll throw it out there, right?
Yeah.
Latin jazz. Where jazz come from?
FBA, Black Americans.
That's all I'm saying. But anything that deals with the origin of Africa, people have a problem with. And the sad thing about it be some of our people.
No, anything that has to do with blackness, period, people have a problem with. But this is why we're delineating. This is why the delineation movement is so heavy because we got people like Fat Joe and Buster Lies that's running around here lying, claiming they have something to do. Buster Rhymes is from Jamaica. His people's from Jamaica. Fat Joe's people is from Cuba and Colombia. They ain't have nothing to do with the creation of hip hop. But they're running around here talking about, oh, hip hop was created 50-50 black and Latino. No, the hell it wasn't. Latinos was on the sidelines.
And then even, right. And then even some Latinos back then even say that us as the people started it. So now they wrong?
That's
Come
the
on,
whole
man.
thing.
Stop playing me, man. Stop playing me.
It's the ultimate form of gaslighting.
Fat Joe was close to Big Pun. People in the Bronx had Fat Joe. Love Fat Joe. But they don't know the history. When I'm talking, I understand 12 but this is what I'm
Shout out to
saying.
Big Pun because Big Pun paid homage and told people where he got the style, the music from.
That's what I'm saying, right? I mean, this right. This is what I'm saying. Shut up. But Fat Joe was telling lies. Fat Joe was, when first came in, Fat Joe was a drug dealer. He was selling poison to our people. Come on, y'all.
Yep. He sure was.
You listening to him? He making money off us. Of our pain.
Like most festivals do.
Just like the brothers and sisters selling drugs of our people. Y'all, they selling drugs off our pain. Come on, man. Stop playing with me, man.
Fat Joe in person. He does a lot for the people in the low income communities. Well, he sure does a lot of lying.
Come on, man. I understand you saying 12 hours, but nah, man. Jesse, as long as you know me, I'm all about history, right?
Right.
I'm never trying to say that I know everything, but I know a little something. Because I've been around, I know a little something.
Mm-hmm.
He ain't got no
That's
choice.
Running around here lying, talking about hip hop was created.
But he has a right to keep on spreading the lies. What Buster do? He tell lies that Jamaicans started hip hop, West Indians started hip hop, and Puerto Rican started hip hop. That is not true. Do your history, people. Stop doing your history like 25, 30 years. Do your history beyond that.
Right.
Do your history beyond that. See, that's what I learned from the old people, grown-ups.
Yeah.
Do your history beyond that. And
Yeah,
then
he
you
got some
learn to
issues,
get the
bro.
answers. But see, we don't want to do that because our coin is, we microwave like 30 years and that's supposed to be it. Nah. Do your history beyond that.
Right. Hip hop is older than 50 years old.
Oh, that man. Busta Rhymes shared his battles of depression. We ain't talking about that 12 hours. All right, he did depression. All right, we wish the brother the best. All right, right now we wish the brother the best, but we ain't talking about that. We ain't talking about that. No. Stop telling lies that y'all create hip hop. Stop telling lies. And then they trying to make Lord Jamal don't know what he talking about. And Lord Jamal wasn't around when it happened. But I think he was born safety, something like that. But I'm saying he did his homework. Get out of here with that, man. Get out of here with that.
He was in that microphone check documentary too.
Who?
The Lord Jamar. He said absolutely Latinos had nothing to do with hip hop.
No, let me read this. Let me put this up there. Because see, all right, he shared his struggles with Wade. I thought y'all appreciate that man creates space for man to show emotions. But we're not talking about that 12 hours. We appreciate he shared his thing. All right. We appreciate he showed his emotion. But we gotta stick to the subject. He should share that. And we are creating space of that. So 12, this is what I'm saying. See, you're trying to tell us men how to act. You telling us men how we should support each other. What you need to do, you need to tell other women how to act. We talking about hip hop. Even talking about even women, that they said the same thing too. That's all I'm saying. Of all due respect.
Well, the first female MC is in a documentary too. MC Sharrock.
Busta Rhymes had openly connected his family. Who cares? Who cares?
That started
it. Hip hop, man. I'm talking about this, man. See. She said Busta Rhymes had openly connect with his feminist side. Who cares? I don't care.
What does that have to do with him about the origins of hip hop? With 12 L's, what does that have to do with
side? I don't care about his feminist side. I don't care about none of that. But see, but y'all the same person, same people want to see y'all want to say that y'all connected, that y'all we represent. But these are the same ones that disrespect our music, that disrespect us as a people, that looks like us. Get out of here with that.
Well, that's why we call them tethers, underrated. They look like us, but they trying to undermine us. And Fat Joe and Busta Lies.
The emotional struggle, mental health wellness is on the man. We're not talking about that 12 hours. We don't understand about Tyrese. You're not connecting with the subject. Stop telling us as men how to act. You got to stop that. Y'all, some of your women got to stop that. Y'all got to stop that. Women act, y'all operate in a certain way. Us as men act in a certain way. Stop that. Stop that. Jay-Z was a former drug dealer. He represents. I don't represent Jay-Z. Jay-Z is the number one too. He's from Brooklyn, I can do.
Jay-Z made it cool to bite other people's rhymes and styles.
And look what Jay-Z at right now.
He's a billionaire, but he got
that. But the difference of Nas and Jay-Z, Nas say what he did wrong.
Right.
Drug dealer, right?
Man for it. Whereas Jay-Z
wasn't a man for it. And Nas, and this what Nas did. He flipped it and understand the culture, and look what happened.
Right.
That's why Nas be love. He loved Beyond. He said,
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna take this and flip this. Plus, his father was a jazz player.
Yep. Sure
And
was.
so he had influence. So he understand the influence of it. And he said, I cannot do this no more. I got to get
Mm-hmm.
back. I got to get back to the culture of it. Because
Right.
Nas always has culture in him.
Right. Got to get
You
back
know,
to the
so
father
that's what I'm
culture.
saying. Like, come on, now. I'm talking history, y'all. I'm
You are.
around it.
Jay-Z acted like he owned the Brooklyn Nets, and come to find out he
He
only
ain't really own it. 5% is own it.
no. But that's the way they painted it, underrated. Like he owned the Brooklyn Nets.
I don't know. Sometimes some of us New Yorkers, man, y'all. Some of us, man, live in New York. Y'all gotta know your history, man. I'm telling y'all, man. I ain't worried about it, man. Oh, man. That's what sometimes I don't like to talk to some of y'all, man. I don't. I really do. I really don't. Some of y'all ones in New York, I don't like to talk to y'all. I don't.
My lady says hi, underrated.
Tell us how peace to her, man. Hope you get better, man.
She said, "Thank you."
JT supports a casino. Come to Times Square. How many of us gonna work there? Hmm? How many of
Exactly.
us is gonna have play the major role, being on the board, be on the board table to make sure we have major decisions? I wait.
I'll wait too, cause I doubt it that we're gonna have any involvement with it.
I'm a New Yorker, and I'm telling y'all this. I understand he represent hip hop, but I'm just saying, do you have power? Or do you think, man, Eric Adams should be real? I don't know. Well, I got to reach out to brother Mace Tag because he talked about something like that. I got to reach out to him so we could talk about that because I got some stuff coming, y'all. I just got to reach out to some people. So we gonna. I don't know.
Yeah, cause y'all elections in November.
Yeah, I got to reach out to brother Mace Tag because he gonna put his spell on it, and we gonna bring it home, man. I gotta reach out to Mace Taggart. Shout out to brother Mace Taggart, man. I mean, like, come on, y'all.
I'm not a New Yorker, but I did live in New York as a child, and like I said, I got
And
family
I
all
do
over
have
Brooklyn.
contacts and still in New York too. So people do keep me abreast what's going on. I see, hopefully God's willing, I'll be in New York soon. Man,
Yeah,
come on now. Y'all on the talk about, man. Like, y'all.
what's going on with the Big Apple?
Brother 12 fellas, if you want to come up, you can come up if you want. You can come up to bring your perspective. I don't have a problem with that.
Sister, yeah, come up, Sister
Come
12
on
Fellas.
up. No, ain't no problem. Ain't no man. This ain't no man's pet. This read the title. This ain't about men. No, it's not. Anybody, women, I want you to come up too. I've been saying for the longest, women, come up. Link right there. Come on up. But people cannot say that with Busta Rhymes and then um,
Joe.
Fat Joe saying it's right and it's not right. And then, but does people still want to hang out with them? Nah, that ain't cool. Yeah, for me, that ain't cool with me.
He did a show in I want to say Orlando, and people walked out. I was happy about that. Like all the black people walked out.
You talking about Ja Rule?
He got the BET Awards Council. They tried to have him host the BET Awards. That got shut down. The Soul Train Awards got shut down.
And I'm saying this, you got Grandmaster Flash still living. Why Grandmaster Flash
Yeah,
cannot host a Speed Awards?
right. You got Grandmaster Flash still living. You got Grandmaster Flowers still living. You
Still
got
living.
Grandmaster Cash.
Why you can't none of them? Why it's gotta be Fat Joe?
Right. Why always, like Lady Chase said, why always got to be Fat Joe?
And this is the same person that poisoned our community.
Yeah, same one.
See, and I know that Cuban links, they don't like Cuban links or something like that, but everything is Cuban links saying about Fat Joe is true.
Exactly, because Cuban Links put it. Shout out to Cuban Links. Cuban Links told the truth.
Oh, you just saying it underrated and just because you don't like Fat. No, you're telling the truth.
Nah,
He was
I
down with the
actually
Terror
had a couple
Squad.
of
He
Fat
was down
Joe
with the Terror Squad.
records
He
back in
see
the
what's
day.
going on.
FBA supported Fat Joe. I had a couple of his albums back in the day. I had Jealous One, Still Envy, 1 and 2. So we supported him. We bought some of his records. So
I mean, some of his
he
stuff
actually
is
got
hot. I ain't
support
gonna
for it.
lie, it ain't. I'm not gonna say some of his stuff wasn't hot. Some stuff was hot. But I'm just saying, throughout the years, he's saying this and that. And we don't want to give our money to you, Fat Joe. We giving our money to you, Busta Rhymes. And then this how you
Remember, he
turn
used to
on
be in
us?
that group. Remember, he used to be in that group with Big L, digging in the crates.
Come on, no. Come on, stop it.
RIP to Big Pun. If it wasn't for Big Pun, we wouldn't even know about Fat Joe. Yep.
What she said?
She said our people defended him. Some of them are still defending him. I don't understand why. Like
Because
Method
they
Man,
don't know their history. They keep on
Method
telling.
Man knows the history though.
Let's listen. Your people, I want you to listen. I want you to listen to. Our people is about 30-year microwave effect.
Yeah,
They don't go beyond that.
that's true.
We gotta go beyond that.
Anybody from Wu-Tang should know better though. Method Man should know
Come
better than that.
on, now you come from there, and you into this and that. Come on,
Green
Wu-Tang.
Mars.
Come on. I love you. Listen, I love y'all. Don't get me wrong. But come on, y'all, you know better. Come on, Wu-Tang. You know better. Come
Right, Green
on.
Mars know better.
Marrying white women and all. I mean, I'm not. You know what I'm saying, you know the coach. Come on.
Right. Lady Che has a question. Go ahead, Lady Che. Oh yeah. So question about SA and how their communities, the Puerto Rican community, Dominican community, they don't have nothing to say about that. Fat Joe has a whole bunch of allegations against him for sexual assault.
So what was the question?
Why isn't his community speaking out against that?
Well, sis, you should answer your own question. Think about it. I mean, honest. not gonna come out. Why? For what? If they don't like us.
She says she can't think clearly right now, so you answer it for her.
Well, after that, and we know the history about foreigners and us, right?
Yeah.
If we think about Castro, people talk about Castro when they want to, the late great Castro, right? Why do you think he throw the lighter on Cubans out in the late 50s?
Because they didn't want equality for the black Cubans.
Right. And why do you think that Castro was fighting for African independence of certain countries in Africa?
Because he was on Pan-Africanism.
They ain't like it.
And he met with Malcolm.
Oh.
This is the same Castro. Now we're gonna speed it up, right? 2 years of the Million Man March back in '95, right? When he was telling Farrakhan, my brothers and sisters in this country, I will pay for them out of my own pocket for medical, whatever it is, right? But when they come back to help our people, not nobody else, you know what the federal government say? No. This is recent. This is over 30 years ago. I understand 12 value said they commented. Do you? This is over 30 years ago.
Lady Chase said thank you. She never knew that.
Wow.
She's in awe.
Sis, I want you to look it up, sis, please. Because I want to do your own investigation. I don't want to just say it, right? But I want you to look it up. Matter of fact, you and Jay should look it up together. Y'all can do it right now if you want.
Well, I already know it, but I'll look it up for her.
And see, and right 12 now, see, you talking like, boy, I still hide. I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. I forgot her name, but they blame her like the killing of a New Jersey cop and everything, and she was exiled in Cuba.
You come out the other side of the court, Tupac something.
Right. So this is what I'm saying. Cuba should not be all. They ain't all about communists.
Right. They were about equality for their black citizens.
And there was a woman trying to set up.
And they took her in. She's been on asylum in Cuba for over 40 years.
Going on 50 years.
Almost. Just turns.
Do your history, y'all. Please go back and do your history. You cannot listen to anybody when they talk. Do your history, please.
Right.
And when this happened, right? When this going on happened, this is during all the time that hip hop was born in '73.
Yep. Like 2 years after my mom was born. My mom was born in '71.
We don't care about that 12. They put this up there, man. You know what? We don't care about Obama. We don't care about Obama.
Yeah. Sam, bro.
We don't care about Obama. Because you a gay boy.
Yeah. And he was medicine to heavy.
Jay-Z and Beyonce visit Cuba. Remember they visit Cuba once with President Obama. Who cares? Obama is not about natural family, y'all. Man.
AI is lying. AI says, while there isn't a direct evidence in this snippet that Fidel Castro's primary motivation was to help Black Americans, was active in the Flint anti-racist campaign during his early years, visiting Havana's poorest neighborhoods and participating in protests of racial discrimination in Cuba.
No, no, no. All right, all
This
right.
indicates that.
Hold that thought, Jesse. I gotta put this up there.
Okay.
Since we don't care about black, I care about black men, but I don't care about falsely black men. I don't care about black men that they say that they, that we contrary of who we are.
Hmm.
I'm a
Right.
heterosexual black man. I'm a
Right.
heterosexual man. Period.
Right.
I stand on that
Right.
through grace of God and through my late parents. Okay, I stand on it.
Right.
12 vows. Again,
Uh,
in all due respect, you're trying to explain, trying to tell us how we should act as men.
he wasn't no black man. He was a teller. These people from Kenya, and he had a white mama from
No, no, no,
Kansas.
no. No, listen, bro. If they say he's a black man, let's leave it like that. We know the deal. That's what they want to say. Let him have it. That all. That all. All right, he black too. All right. And what that's supposed to mean. Why? But this is the same person tearing us down as a people, especially black men. Telling us
Mhm.
how to act, telling how to act when Kamala Harris running the office. Was scolding her
Yeah,
like we children. This was
that's
not
what
long
happened.
ago.
No, this was last year.
This is the same Obama. This is the same former president said it's okay when a young straight black boy learn from a young gay child,
A mentor or
a
teacher,
mentor, right?
because he had a gay mentor himself when he was in college.
But that's okay.
No, that ain't black. No, she's not black. She's
No,
East
no,
Indian
bro,
and
bro, we're not
Cuban
gonna get into
Jamaican.
that. Bro, we're gonna stick to the subject.
Yeah.
Because I see what's going on here. You hear what I'm saying? I see how the conversation is. We're gonna stick to hip hop. Because no, we gonna stick to the subject, okay? But get back to hip hop though. Nah. That's why 12 very want you to come up. Cause you gotta do some explaining.
Got some explaining to do.
What about hip hop? We talking about the ones who created hip hop in 73.
Right.
Automatically, we already know it's come from the Bronx, but they trying to say 12 vows that with Fat Joe, that originally from Puerto Rico, uh Busta Rhymes originally from Jamaica, that they created hip hop, that we don't have that they the one created hip hop. No, they did not create hip hop. African American created hip hop on US soil, Bronx, New York, on Sequitch Avenue.
Right, so Thomas Puerto Rican. His daddy is Cuban and Colombian.
Who? Say that again, brother. Hope he come back. Well, yeah. No. They ain't cool with me. Hold on 1 second, fam. Hold on. Let me take care of something. I'll be right back. Oh, boy, people, man. I want to talk about boxing matches happening this Saturday streaming on Left from Vegas. You can, if you want to come up. We can talk about it. We can talk about it if you want. We can talk about boxing if you want. We did talk about boxing before your people come up. Come on, here's the link. We can talk about it.
We should definitely do a link on that. We should definitely do a show on that on the radio.
Yeah, I might do an underrated boxing talk. I just got to reach out to some people, maybe later on. I'll probably talk about it, bring some people, you know.
Okay, email me when you're gonna do it so I can invite Shabaka because he's heavy
Tell
in
him
the
stick
boxing.
to the subject, please.
Yes, I will.
You gotta let him know that. You gotta stick to the subject. No.
Yeah, he has an issue with that. He likes to go all over the place. I'm like, Shabaka, stay on topic.
So there goes the link right there, 12 hours. If you want to come up. Yeah, you come on up. You can come with 12 hours. There's a link right there. We talk about boxing too. If they gonna show, then you're gonna say, I don't know. I mean, like, I don't know. Because I know it's gonna be in Las Vegas. That's where that's what they're gonna fight at. It's Las Vegas.
Yeah, the fight's in Vegas. Yeah, the fight's in Vegas on. I think it's on 12 or the 13th.
It's this week. I think it's Saturday.
Yeah, that's the 13th.
Right.
We got a
come on up.
There.
Come on up, 12 hours. You can talk about boxing. Yeah, I'm just saying that
Yes.
I want your wife. Your wife still right there with you?
Yeah, she's still here.
Okay. I'm still. I said this last night. I don't know if you heard it. Um, they I might gonna talk about hip hop community,
Hmm.
how the liquor and also sharing plays a vital part of our culture,
Yes.
and um, come on up, 12 hours. We tell you, come on up, tell us about it. So I got the hookup, right?
Okay.
I got the hookup. I can't tell you what I can hook up because it's confidential. So I
Okay.
might be showing the actual liquor and the
Okay.
actual champagne that different rappers back in the 80s and the 90s was sponsoring. Because
Yeah.
everybody are thinking that these are rappers right now. So no. This is long before.
Yeah.
Okay?
Talk about the St. Eyes too.
They not right, same nice too. So I'm gonna actually show y'all. I probably have to show y'all. Give a quick, like I probably do something like this. Like, you want to see the bottle, like that, and cut it off.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know right now. I can't really, but God's willing, I'm gonna have exclusives. So I would advise y'all if I do the series, right? Please there be a panel discussion.
Yo. How about my
Okay, I
mom?
got you. All right. I see you. Broncos, at least y'all win, man. But watch out for that.
Yeah.
I'm like 60%, you know, but I got I'm gonna have exclusives.
Okay.
And like I said, my connections, the connection I have is confidential. I can't put it out. But this is a legit connection. Y'all don't know. I'm telling y'all. So look for panel discussion.
um,
We're gonna talk about the history.
she's outside. That's why she can't join us.
If you would still know, if you were still, I would join it. I know, I get it. But I'm just saying, I know you all over the place 12 hours. So we understand. But yeah, I tell you, I'm gonna do like this.
Okay.
I'm gonna
Well,
do it
keep
like
me
this.
posted, underrated. I gotta
Huh?
go. I said keep me posted. I gotta go. I got some errands to run. Keep
Okay.
me up.
Yeah, thank you. Tell your wife say hi. Be safe out there, all right?
I will.
All right.
Peace.
Shout out to brother Jesse Pad, the
Oh,
building.
make sure
Shout
y'all
out to
check
his
out the
wife.
Full On Black News. We're going live later on to this evening tonight. So
Okay.
I'll see y'all then. I'll
All
save the
right.
link underrated in your email.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, yeah. So shout out to brother. He get ready to make Aaron. Be safe out there, brother. Please, brothers and sisters, even 12 hours, be safe out there. Because it's crazy out there. They're after us. We have to understand. Even old people after each other. We understand that. There is. 12 hours, got a lovely son. They're after your son too. They're after the black. Any sister that stick up, any women that stick up for black men, they after. I've been saying that for years. See, like certain people in this space, certain ones, I'm talking about certain ones, go deaf is. Yeah, still is. 2025. Truth's the truth. All right. Despite we have some disagreements, there's gonna be some disagreements, yeah, but the ones who stick up, the ones that stick up my son see that game, it happened on his birthday. What game you talking about? 12 hours. She introduced it to her son too. Good man, good man. Striving to be a grown man, responsible man. That's good. Oh, the boxing match. Okay. That's a birthday. Okay. Shout out to him. Tell him say hi for me. Don't forget. Let me see anybody else that wants to get on. PRP to you, brother. I know 12 you get on and you stationary. I know. This is I haven't heard from you in a while, but you keep on you be safe out there yourself, sis. Everybody, even you know. Tell us what's up, man. Because we definitely got to have more women come on the panel. Okay. All right, Jesse. And let me say this: wherever 12 Bells is not busy, she one of the few sisters that gets on the panel. So let me put this out there: she do. No, she's family. You know, 12 Bell part of the underrated one family. She, you know, in her own way, she always fought people. So you know, we got to pay homage to that. Maybe it's a different path, right? But she fought people. That's the link right there later on tonight. If I want to join in, please hit that. Please hit that. We're trying to get some stuff happening this week, especially the fight. I gotta reach out for some people too. Maybe I reach out some people, you know, do the underrated boxing talk. Talk about the fight and the undercards and stuff. I gotta look at undercards too. Do that, man. You know, put on my boxing hat, right? Yeah, I know. I tell people I know a little something. I know a little something every day. Shout out to my late parents. They taught me, you know, whatever you learn, make sure you learn it well and understand that. Because you never know in life, you experience it. You had conversation. Now, shout out to my late parents. That's what I got. They know a little here, a little there. You know, it's good to know. Not everybody that book smart and know the world, know everything. You know. And I'm telling you, you be in the hood or stuff like that, you'd be surprised how many people are very intelligent. Had great conversation. Be like, some of the people that if you figure they know got more than you, like, yeah, because they understand the world. Always a struggle, you know. Now to deal with people. You know? So shout out to my late parents. Shout out to my late aunts and uncles. Shout out to them. Shout out to my aunts and uncles, man. Shout out. Yeah, shout out. Thank y'all, man. On the real. Thank y'all. Even shout out the ones outside the family too. Shout out to y'all. The older ones. Shout out to y'all. Thank y'all. So, you know, but there's a big fight come on in Las Vegas. So on Netflix, Terrence Crawford against Canelo. I know some people say, who you want to win? Like I said, either of them, I really don't care about either of them. But, you know, it'd be nice to Canelo lose. But, you know, in boxing, you know, as some people understand, anything can happen. You know, anything can happen. It does, anything can happen. So, find out. I'm gonna be here a few more minutes. Nobody do not come through. I'm gonna end this. So I don't know I'm gonna be back today or not. I doubt it, you know. Oh no, you didn't. You know, 12 always sneaking up on people. She She always sneak up on people, man. I don't understand her. What's up, 12 Vowels? What's up, sis?
I had to come in because I thought you was talking about hip hop.
What?
So what happened? Why you not talking about hip hop?
No, we talk about people. People keep on saying
So
that
you don't have a topic. You did not have a topic. It's open panel.
I understand
And
that.
then you kept busting my chops. It's so wrong. That was so wrong of you.
What mean so wrong with me about what?
I
Yeah,
want
it
to
was
talk
an
about
it
the
was an
mayor.
right, but it was an open conversation. But we were talking about something else because nobody else was talking about hip hop. So I went to
Well,
something else.
I want to talk about Mayor Eric Adams and how
Okay, let's talk.
I don't think Mandami would be a good fit. And I don't
Okay?
understand why people are entertaining anything other than Mayor Adams because of his relationship with Trump. When Biden was in office and
Right.
they was trying to give him no support with all them migrants coming over in New York, that Florida was flying over here and getting them in here by train and however they could pull them over here. And he said, I don't have the resources. They did not help him when they all of a sudden tried to indict him by the FBI. So I don't understand why they would be surprised when he was like, forget the Democrats, because the Democrats did not help him, you know?
Right.
The Democrats didn't help him. They was trying to overwhelm him with migrants. I mean, like for the people in the public to act like they don't understand this. This is why I wasn't trying to come up because of all this noise and stuff. But anyway, if you can hear me,
Yes.
I'll just continue. So when I was think considering all of these situations, like you said, do your research, which I think people hear it, but they don't do it. Because if they
Right.
did it, maybe they wouldn't like it. Because I'm changing the subject, but I'm going to come back.
No,
When
go
when
ahead, go
they
ahead,
had
go ahead.
Black Lives Matter, when they had Black Lives Matter, I thought the sound of it was good, and I thought it made sense until I went to um one of the locations in Brooklyn, and they had the things they support. And they was talking about defunding the police and all. And I was like, hold up. They was talking about stuff I didn't agree with. But see, you're not gonna know that if you don't do your research.
All right, sis.
Because yeah,
Let me stop you one thing. Let us know because we did talk about it in the past. Tell us what stuff that they was representing that you disagree. We disagree. I want people to know
I
that.
just I disagreed with the fact that they wanted to defund the police.
Mhm.
They wanted to reallocate public monies outside of um the whole idea of police police enforcement, and do more into the community. And I didn't feel like they had an effective plan. I think that a lot of times we try models that don't work. And yes, they may work for other areas, but we have to take in consideration why they didn't work in this specific area. Because yes, some models do work in other areas, maybe because the community is smaller, the people know each other, they have better relationships. But when it comes to some areas that the model doesn't work at, is because maybe they have um, people that are not from the community there, because they have 3 shelters in the area, and
Right.
they have people cycle in and out. Like they not considering that it's not working in this area, and you got to give them a different model instead of keep trying to come back with another administration to push the same model that didn't work. Like I can't stand it when they do that. Like it
Right.
doesn't work here. And you
Right.
have to
So,
accept the fact that it's not going to work here, identify the reasons why it doesn't work here, and go with another model.
okay. On 12, let me ask you a question. You've been in political for a long time. You've been around people, right? So I'm gonna ask you. I don't want to ask nobody else because 12 rounds in the mix here. So ask this question for me. And I want to say thank you. Keep on serving our community too. I want to thank you for that. I really
And I think
appreciate. I
you do
really
your service
appreciate
as
that.
well.
You stick up for the black man and the black woman. Stick for the
I try.
family together. You know what I'm saying? She's one of the few women that speak up for black men because a lot of people because she have a son, so she know how discredit the black man. So I want to put it out there. But so let me ask you, as you just said, is it safe to say? Now it just came to my mind that these people talking about if they want to save funds for the pride people, you know what I'm talking about.
You talking about who? The alphabet community?
Yeah.
Who you talking
Is
about?
it
Okay,
safe to
okay, I'm
say?
listening.
Is it to say they trying to save the money for the alphabet pride people? I'm just asking the question.
See, I don't know because remember how we do the fight about DEI
Right.
and how people that was doing research said that DEI really was for mainly for white women, right? And
Mm-hmm.
then they talking about all these black women are being fired. Like when it comes to the media, they keep trying to harp on whatever minority issue. But if you go to the stores, the black people are still working there. So how is DEI hurting black people if we still have our jobs? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't see the presence of white women in these marches. If it is an issue with white women, we should see them on the front line. So when I don't see them on the front line and you keep saying it's for them, I feel like they're lying. Who I feel when it comes to DEI, I think it's obvious that it's for the alphabet community. It's for the alphabet community to be able to feel comfortable expressing themselves the way that they want to express themselves and be able to fit in to an environment without repercussions, right? But
Right.
when it comes to um what you asked about the question with it, I think it's depending on the unit because see, like the Black Lives Matter unit that is in New York, right? Our local New York is a married couple. It's a black man with his black wife. So you don't really see the LGBT as strongly as you do if you go to like a broader. Like sometimes you got to go to something that's more national to see how the overrepresentation of things. Because like people like to play when they try to keep something as stable as possible. Like when you talk about Obama, he gives a front that he's about black lifestyle, right? But then when you go into his policies, you see that what is it doing for us, right? But you have to know the policies for you to really see it because visually they don't show us the rainbow. You know what I'm saying?
But
And when it comes to Black Lives Matter, I don't think they show us how strong um they I, you don't see how the monies was going to the alphabet community like you see it when you are on another issue. You know what I mean?
well,
'Cause
further out. So let the
yeah,
people know because some people fail to understand. Now, the rainbow she talking about, she's not talking about the rainbow that God created, right? We just want to put that out. She's not talking
right.
about that.
Yeah, I'm talking about the LGBT community.
I want people to understand that because people that
Yeah.
the rainbow can go. Ain't talking about that rainbow that you learned in school and your parents show you. We ain't talking about that rainbow. It's the
No.
LGBT that's he talking about. I just want people to
Yes.
understand.
And I feel that they do a campaign. They like to they like to just be on the back end with us. They don't never like to be in the front. And I think that's the problem because even with Mandami, he's got a lot of policies that assist with LGBT. Like he wants to support the fact of them being able to sexually reassign themselves. First of all, and I don't like the wording too. Like they when it comes to when we do our research, right? They use soft words that if you don't really know what they're talking about, you're not gonna understand that they talking some bullshit. Excuse my French. So like reassignment, meaning that they will support you in changing your gender. He is for that. He is for you to he's in support of you allowing someone that was born with a certain genitalia that to change it and it be on the tax dollars. It's on the tax dollar. Ridiculous. And I don't support that. But they don't. It's not something that they talk about openly. If you don't read his stuff, you won't know. So that's why I do support you saying to people to research. But everybody says it, but people don't really do it. That's the problem.
And that's the thing, 12. We talk about this because for years and a lot, but that's what I'm saying. People say, "Well, what 12 hours?" Because she do her research, y'all. You gotta do you cannot redo research just recently. You gotta do research even before you were born. And this is the thing that pissed me off of people. Y'all not asking the right people who's in the trenches. And that's the
And
sad
that's
thing
another
about
thing.
it.
No, that's another thing too, right? So something that you do, and I feel that a majority of people don't do, is that you will reach out to the person directly and see if
Yes.
you can interview them. You see, a lot of us don't do that, right? So we don't try to reach out, get a number, and talk to this person directly so we can have a dialogue. Some people, just by that alone, they'll get the vote. If they reach out, they say, okay, I'm gonna reach out to Eric Adams or whatever, right? And then you never know. Eric Adams people might say okay because they're trying to get a presence in on social media or
You
whatever.
know
And
what though, too? I'm sorry, go ahead. Go
mhm,
ahead. No, go ahead. Go
and
ahead.
even though you might have 23 subscribers, he might still come on your show. But see, you won't know that if you don't ask him. And I find a
Well,
lot of us we like to demand somebody instead
yeah.
of go through a real process of requesting going to the scheduler and asking, can I have a meeting, because
Oh,
we like to harass people more than just be cordial.
okay. 12 Earth, I want to ask you a question. Is it
Yes,
possible
I'm
could you
listening.
reach out to Eric Adams to tell him to come on the panel? And I want you to come on the panel too, so we could talk more about this. Because that story is not being heard. You know that and I know that.
Right.
It's got to be heard. But I want you to come on the panel too. Is it possible you could do that?
I can look into it because I know
Yeah, look
I
into
know
it.
a couple people. I know a couple of people that he came on and talked to them, even if it was like um he was in another area doing it virtually. And I said, how this person got Eric Adams and they don't even got no numbers on their channel? But have you seen that? Have you noticed that, JT? Some
Yes.
politicians come on people's channels that they don't got no number. They don't even keep it up. After they get elected, they don't even continue their YouTube channel. That don't you think that's weird?
That's very weird. But see,
They get
people
they
like
get
you,
sure, they get all of them on there, and
yeah,
then after they get it reelected or whatever, then that channel don't
and,
even
and
they
it
don't
went
even
out.
they're not active no more. They're
Yeah.
not active. I said
But
that's
they've been
weird.
doing that they've been doing that for the longest. But
I know.
people, me and you, we can't even get none. Isn't that
But
something?
I
We
know,
got
but
talent.
wait. I know personally, I've never asked. I know for me, I've
Okay.
never actually invited no one at that
You
level. I
should.
know personally, I've never done it. I told you, you was the first one that I experienced that did the Remember, you had invited me and Sheila E to talk video phone conference. Remember? And I said
Yeah.
that was the first time someone did that with me. So I just know that it's important to try to reach out and see, because they might have a one-on-one with you. It's really not that hard. They're people, you know. But
But
I don't
I'm
think people
saying
do it.
no, they don't want to. But that's what I'm saying. If you could do a salad for that, I want you on the panel too. That's very important to have that black woman experience that deals with family on here. You hear what I'm saying? I think that is very mothers. That is very, very important, especially to have daughters and sons. It's very important. Y'all to tell them about the trenches really going on. And I would love because Eric Adams a Brooklynite like I am. You know, so I would
Well,
like to
you
have
know,
look on
they did
because
a write up about him, and they said he grew up in Queens. You believe that one? They did a write up about him for the mayors, which they included Saliva, um, and they said that he grew up in Queens, like Mandami, and they had Cuomo. Cuomo, they said, grew up in Queens, so almost everybody was in Queens except one person. But I don't like that they don't show us, in New York, the New York article I read, they don't show us the independent people. Like they only show us real front runners. And there's other people running for mayor, but they don't
right.
care. You're not in the major party, so they don't give you no attention. And the
So
only
us
reason Cuomo,
go ahead,
mhm,
go ahead. Go.
the only reason Cuomo and Eric Adams are even being talked about, because they running on an independent ticket, is because
Right,
we know them. They formally, and that's because
right.
they wouldn't get no attention either.
No, they won't.
They on the independent ticket.
So 12 hours. Is it possible very soon, like this week or next week, when you come back on the time, we want you to be a guest and tell us more about the races going to happen in New York because it's not being heard. It's not being talked about.
It's horrible. Isn't that horrible? Because we're gonna be early voting in October, and then the
Right.
vote is in November. And I just don't believe that. I don't believe that everybody understands how they was trying to make Eric Adams look like a messed up black mayor, even though things was happening to him. And what I would have want to say that I don't like is that former New York Mayor de Blasio is the one who made New York a sanctuary city. And whilst he was a mayor, they didn't have this situation where the borders was open and he was he had an influx of migrants. But when Mayor Eric Adams was in office, that's when this happened. And then he's gonna support Mandami. You see, former Mayor De Blasio, who we didn't hear from the whole time, the Mayor Eric Adams been dealing with this influx of migrants coming into Port Authority and everything. We couldn't find him. We didn't hear nothing from him. Now, as we have new candidates running, he gonna come out of nowhere and talk about he supports Mandami. And I'm like, how he's supporting Zoran when he wasn't around when Eric Adams was asking for help, because he said we don't have the money to support all these people
But you know why they don't. You know they ain't saying nothing to Blasio, right? Tell me if I'm right or wrong, because I'm a former New Yorker. You know what they said because because his family interracial. You know that.
and it's crazy to me. It's crazy to me how he did not have to deal with the changes that he made for the city it's everything. He said he wanted to shut down Rikers, but it was a 10-year plan. It wasn't going to happen during his full term, right?
All
So
right.
then when Eric Adams came in, he started trying to stop it. He said, "No, we need Rikers. We cannot shut Rikers down." And it's just horrible because, like, when we talk about Rikers, like 8 people died within a month there. Like, they like unexplained deaths. Like, how? Like, what is going on Rikers? And why can't we address it? It's been going on forever.
Right.
Do you remember?
This
Do
has been
you
going on
remember
for a
when?
long time. Right.
Do you remember when they had that article in the They had an article. I don't think it was the Daily News. What's the other one? The one that everybody was saying was the Ratchet Paper. Remember we got the Ratchet Paper? What's the Ratchet
Oh,
newspaper?
New
They
York
always would
Post.
have prostitutes on the front. Yeah. Okay. The New York Post did a story where they had that the cafeteria was putting rat pellets in the inmates' food, and one of the inmates had found a rat pellet, and they had that on the post. Remember that?
Yes.
That was That was like decades ago.
Decades
And we
ago.
still
Yes.
got problems in Rikers. Rikers got the crazy. It's like, why is it that we got these crazy issues going on in Rikers still? I think it's ridiculous. And
Yeah,
I
but
think it's just like they just don't care. And I
you
don't
know,
understand.
and now also 12 rounds, as me and you New Yorkers, I could say this though too. Of course, they don't want to they don't want to close Rikers. Let's be honest here, because it's money making for New York. Let's call it
Yeah,
as
but
it is.
they can make money and treat these people with some kind of decency. You know what I
Right.
mean? Come on, rat
You're right.
pellets. They be keeping them in, and they keep them in solitaire too long. They know that they already made the law that you can't keep them damn men in the box forever, and they still be doing it. They be
Well,
keeping them in the box too long, and nobody's getting in trouble. It's supposed to be against the law to do that, but who's going to jail? Who? Nobody. They always treating these inmates. They not letting them shower. They're not letting them come outside. It's crazy to me,
I mean,
and
this
it
been
just
going,
doesn't make sense.
and
You
you
know,
know
we
what?
do. We have people that need to be locked up. They be doing the stupidest, so we can't get them
I'm
into
sorry.
control. Whatever we put them, we institutionalize them. Yes, but you don't have to traumatize them even more. You know what I mean? Keeping them in a box past the
Yeah.
time that you're supposed to is. I don't agree to that.
And
I
also,
don't agree to that.
right, and also two 12 rounds. I want people to understand this been going on long before being 12 rounds came into
Decades.
existence.
Yes,
This been
decades.
going on for decades, fam.
It's ridiculous,
And
and
it's
it's like
still
nobody's
happening
trying to
in
address it.
2025. 2025, yo. All right, 12 rounds. What year you was born? You don't mind I ask.
77. I was in
You were
77.
born 77. I was
Yeah.
born 66. So understand this. I had people that older, like our elders, was even telling us what's going on in Rikers Island. We talk about the 30s, the 40s, the 50s, and the 60s, the 70s, the 80s. This is going on long before that me and the sister right here came into existence, and we in 2025 now.
Yep.
But see, me 12 rounds, we lying. Oh, you're lying. You making it up. We actually know people that got locked up and died in Rikers for nothing,
And
unjustly.
Khalif Browder, remember that horrible
Yes,
story? They had put him in there. They didn't let him get bail or nothing. They had him in there too long, and then when he came out, he couldn't adjust, and he committed suicide. Or
and this is less
he
than 10
unalived
years
himself.
ago, right? This is less than 10 years ago,
Horrible. And that was a
right?
young man. He couldn't adjust. And that you know what I liked about it? And not that the story that I like that the people in Harlem was posting his picture everywhere. It
Yeah,
was a people in Harlem was disturbed by it. You know how like sometimes issues happen and Harlem Nights take it on. They took on the
yeah.
Khalid Browder issue. They took on the issue about the one who got sodomized in the police station. Who that African? I can't believe
A
can't
mama,
remember his
oh, this
name.
back in 99, happened in
Malima,
99.
Alima, something. Remember his Alima?
Yeah,
He was the African.
yeah.
The people in Harlem was disturbed by that. The people in Harlem was disturbed by the kid in Florida who got killed just because he had a hoodie and the Skittles. Remember that one? That got
Yeah, the whole New York, yeah.
yes. We had the politician, everything, and that wasn't an issue in our state, but we still was disturbed by it. And I like it when people take on those things. But when it comes to um things going on in Rikers, I don't really think the people care as much because they'll say, "Oh, how did he end up in there?" Like they're not caring about wrongful convictions. What about the people that said they were kidnapped off the street, thrown in situ bookings, falsely charged, and
Yeah,
they in jail by kidnapped? They people tell you all the time, black men are being kidnapped all the time, and yet nobody really is
and you,
concerned about that. I'm not
and
saying nobody because they brought up the issue. I've been to the meetings where they
right.
brought up the issue, but I'm saying I don't feel that the community is disturbed enough. We have black men
Well,
getting kidnapped.
well,
They're
well,
getting
well, well,
kidnapped.
and you know what? 12 vows. And let me say this though, because I want you to come on here soon. Let's talk about it. I knew a person personally, right? Me and him was like knew each other since he was maybe 8, right? He was coming home from high school. He was on a basketball team. Mother, father gave him the key, gone. They kidnapped him, threw him in jail, talking about that he committed a crime. Now, when he committed a crime, right? He lives in Brooklyn. The crime committed in the Bronx. He said, "I committed a crime in the Bronx. My high school, he's going to stop us in high school." In Stuyvesant High School, that's where he went at. But they said the crime committed in the Bronx. They locked him up for 10, 11 years for nothing. For nothing, y'all. Lost his scholarship, go to college. I'm talking about messed up. He's cool. He all right. And he said, "Man, brother, I got to get out of New York." So now he's somewhere, fight for the wrongly convicted and stuff. That's what I'm saying. This been going on for years. Let me put up
For years, but there was someone new that died at Rikers Island because he was denied his heart medicine. Wow. And you know what else
this been
about
going
that?
on. That's what I'm saying.
But you know what I have a real problem with, right? That they don't bring it to the public like they should. You see how when we talk about I'm not getting on people that they're not having issues, but I'm saying when we talk about the LGBT community and about embracing them, talking about having how we should be sympathetic to that. How is it that they get a platform on a yearly basis and we not talking about these men being kidnapped? I mean, we have examples with recently on Councilman Yusuf Salam. Councilman Yusuf Salam was falsely accused of rape, right? And then instead of us really being informed about this injustice and how so many people are being impacted by it, they just try to make it like as long as they got the money, they got paid, so they finally got the money, that it's over with. How is it over with when people are getting thrown in jail that didn't do anything all the time? They act like,
Right.
they doing us a favor by putting a black man in jail. How is that okay? How?
And also too,
Not just black men. I'm not saying just black men either, because we know Hispanics, all of them, whoever they don't want around, they
and
just
you
throw them in
know,
jail.
but they bring up Hispanic women lot more than bring up black women. Black woman is getting arrested too,
Yes,
unfortunately, throughout the years. But they want to talk about Hispanic. Man, I don't want to hear about no dog Hispanic. I'm tired of them because this is like to me right now, and I'm talking to New York now. 12 hours know what I'm talking about, and I believe Mashona Knight is from New York too. These are two black. It's like every time when a woman go through something, they always mention white women and Hispanic women, but you'll never mention unjustly how the prison system treated black women. And when they go to these prisons that full of women, who treated the worst is the black women. I know this for a fact. But see, when 12 rounds bring it up, and you got Mashona Knight bring it up, oh, you're against black women. What about the black man? Well, they don't want to talk about the black men at the time. What about what you do? And I'm going to say this though too, 12 rounds, you know what I'm talking about because you've been doing this for a long time. There are stories that 12 rounds on her channel that she reached out to black women that had that whole private positions do not even want to help her. Because one of I ain't gonna say it today. Her son needs to be in a program. She reached out to a black women, and I'm not getting on black women. I'm just saying that she reached to the black women and said, "My son needs to be in the program to help him go along." And you know what the black woman said? She said no. How you could tell another black mother no because she wants best for her son, want the best for her children. And that is another conversation that we better have. I have it on here. I don't have no problem with it. But see, this is what I'm saying. When 12 rounds talk about it, Y'all get how y'all can get mad that she want the best for her son? How y'all can get mad that she want the best for other young black men that other black men and other black women that wants to win? How y'all can get mad over that? I want y'all to come. Explain this to me. I gave y'all the link. Explain that to me, please. Explain that to me, please. Especially black men. I see black men get locked up for nothing. Black mothers crying. He just came home. I ain't do nothing. I can't go to the store. I witnessed it myself. I lost quite a few I lost quite a few best friends over that shit. That shit fucking hurts.
And I think we just can't stop talking about it.
You still remember that shit.
And we can't stop talking about it because the reality is people are not hearing it.
I mean, come on. Come on, JT. It's all right. I'm coming home. And I know he ain't coming home. He gets out. He messed up for the rest of his life. And then some disappeared, find his body somewhere in the water in upstate New York. But you gonna come to our community? But it was under your care. Come on now. I witnessed it. Come on now. No.
But that's what happened in New York. In New York, we had people come out for Robert Brooks, right? The people got buses and they went upstate to the mid-level jail that that guy got killed at, right? They didn't expect that to happen. They didn't expect the outrage and the people that were formerly incarcerated to come out. They was doing a whole campaign, we outside, right? And it got results. You understand? Because they wasn't gonna let that go. They knew that they gotta do this for a long run, right? It's not gonna be over in a day, in a weekend, but you gotta keep going. You gotta keep it out there. And people was putting in funding, making sure they have buses, and people was coming out, and it was beautiful. And they got um television, media attention and so forth. And I found that what I found really interesting about that is once you started having people organizing around it, then they stopped showing it on New York news outlets. When any other time they keep showing us the same picture over and over and over again,
right.
Right. But once you started seeing that movement and people was organizing around it, and they was like, "No, we outside, we outside." Then you didn't see it in our news at all. You had to go to the news outlets for upstate New York where that happened to know about it. They stopped showing it in New York, but they was okay to show it before. They was also okay to show us him getting beat up by all those officers whilst he was shackled. No reason for him to be getting beat up like that. Remember Robert Brooks?
Yeah.
That was crazy. He was shackled. His arms was handcuffed behind his back, and the cops was holding him up, slapping him in the face with his shoe, punching him, doing all kind of craziness. They thought they was going to show that every single damn day. No, the people was outraged. When they saw the outrage of the people, how them people was coming up there in buses, then they stopped showing it on your local outlets. I think that's interesting because when Angel had got killed with the machete, they kept showing us that like it was all day, everyday news. It was crazy. And two people started organizing to close that local bodega that didn't let him have peace there. Remember they didn't. They told him he can't stay there. He can't stay. They shut that bodega down. They had to get new management. It's a new
And see,
owner of that.
I'm glad you brought that up, 12 Rough, because there's another issue that's not just happened in New York, but it happened all around this country. But we're gonna stick to New York. How continually Hispanics still disrespecting us in the community, killing us, and still have stores around. Even you got Dominicans and other nationalities still killing us as African descent in this African descent. That's another issue that we need to talk about too. I know you talk about it. I talk about it too. But this still
I
happening.
went to a meeting. I went to a meeting
Talking
about
about
the
son.
black
Talking about
owned
son.
the black owned businesses that was reviewed by the who did the report. The report was by the I think it's the commissioner. It's a term. Oh my goodness, what's the name of that person? Anyway, he did a report, and they were saying that the black businesses that they was doing this review on, they was getting overwhelmed with their budget requirements, and they were not paying their bills. And then they would go to the bank to try to get a loan to cover their bills because they weren't selling enough merchandise to cover the bills. See, all of this is messed up. That's why they always try to. This is another example of the component of education has to be along with this. The person has to be educated on time management because I have been to a lot of local black barbers that they don't open at the time that they have it.
Mm.
That they say they supposed to open. Like they say we gonna be open at 7 a.m. I get there at 7 a.m. It's still not it's still not open. Because you know they open when they feel like it. That's not good for black business. Look, I'm not,
That's not good either, right?
let's keep it real. Let's keep it real here. We're not talking bad about anything. We're just talking about some of the people that get the businesses don't they don't have time management. They don't have budgeting skills, and they get overwhelmed by the responsibilities of their bills. They try to go to a bank to try to get a loan to try to address the bills that they not managing well, and it's always something, and then they lose it because that woman who got shot and killed here in Harlem called Mama Z, she used to own a store, right? But see, she lost it. She couldn't keep it up, right? And this is the thing that they were showing even in the movie Sinners. That's a monster movie that had came out that was written by a black man and everything. It's called Sinners. In that movie, the guys open up you know a bar where you can have dancing, and the people that was coming to go to the bar, they was trying to give him wooden coins, and he said we can't do nothing with that. But they always showing us the black community. They a lot of us we don't have the money, but we still want to come. If you don't have the money, you don't need to go there, right?
Right.
So they try to come to a place they don't afford. They can't afford by the beginning, and then they want us because we black, because we family, and we supposed to give them a deal that we're not supposed to give them the price that they have set. So if it's $18, they want us to cut the price. So if you do that, now you're not going to be able to pay your bills because the man not going to play that game with you. You got to pay rent. Your rent is $3,000. So you got to make sure you bringing in that money that you're going to be able to make some money and still pay your bills. And I find that a lot of black businesses they don't do that well. And if you go through the reason why they had it and they lost it, it's usually mismanagement of money. Because they even do that. You and I both know this underrated. They even do that with our own local community organizations. We'll have a
Yeah.
treasurer. They get money. They mismanage the money, or they reallocate it to something that they can play around. They doing something they're not supposed to be doing. It's not under their bylaws, and then somebody reports them, and it gets taken from them. They don't
And
get
what
refunded. Nothing.
and what 12 rounds told me, she not talking about the ones who doing it right, but at the same time, we don't support it. She's not talking about that. She do talk about the ones that misuse and they wonder why they don't prosper. See, so these are the ones we got to call them out. No, if you're
We
not really
gotta
serving
call them
the
out.
community, you need to get out. I totally agree with that. What about the ones that and then you hurt the ones that is trying to do something? You hurt them.
And you know
Unbelievable.
what else I noticed underrated?
Yeah.
Nobody really does real. We didn't really do they don't research people good enough because a lot of times the people that get disgraced in the local community
Mhm.
they get knocked out, right? They lose what they had, and then when you start somebody that's new in the community trying to start up, they run right up to them and try to act like they're gonna help you. They be like, "Oh, I got you. I know the people in the community. I know them. I got them." And they the ones that was they was. It's like Cuomo. They was disgraced, but because you're not from the community, they come to try to play up to you to try to say they got you when they don't. They've been disgraced. They already wasted the money they had. That's why they lost it. Now they trying to come under another organization, trying to act like they got it. And that's why you don't see real movement in the community, because the people in the community know they disgraced and then they don't support it. And then the organization be like, I don't understand why no one's coming to our meetings, and because they got the wrong leadership there. They don't trust them. You know, they said that person is a crook. You hear it all the time. People will say, "Oh, they a crook. They not right," but yet they got the position. Always, it's always like that, and
Yeah,
it's
it's
so annoying.
crazy.
It's crazy. It's because they don't want no movement. They don't want no real change. So they will give somebody that everybody know was disgraced, like Cuomo, and put them in another position. Cuomo not going to be going back as a governor. He's trying to go as something else. But he was disgraced in a high position. Why is he getting another opportunity to get another chance to be messy? Has he learned his lesson? No. You don't learn a lesson. They just want to mess around again. And it's like people do it over and over. They just keep letting crooks stay in positions. And I think that's weird.
Right, and you know what? And this is we talking about politics around the country, but we're gonna stick to New York politics. But see, when they talk about Eric Adams, y'all want to talk about all the dirt he did. Look what Cuomo did. Look at other
You
people.
know what I want to say about Eric Adams? Okay. Eric Adams did not get in trouble for nothing directly. His administration, the people he hired, got in trouble. Now, let me tell you about this. Let me tell you how I look at it. Okay. Eric
Oh, well,
Adams is
tell
a,
us, please.
Eric Adams is a black man. He hired minorities, almost everybody. He got a black woman to be the head of the police department, TARGEE, whatever her name was, and then she resigned. Okay, she didn't get displayed, but she resigned. She did not stay her term, right? But he hired a black woman. Think about it. If Mayor Adams would have came into position and hired only white people, everybody would have been mad with him. What he did, he got into position. He hired minorities, and all them damn minorities he hired are crooks. They the ones getting caught up. They got the guy from the Department of Education have his wife, his cousin, all of them was in high positions. How did that happen? Like he can't hire us and we do the job right. But see, if he would have came in and had only white people, there would have been a problem. But I say it's time for him to hire some damn white people because it's ridiculous. The Asian lady he had, she up there put money in a potato chip bag and gave it to a reporter talking about that was a mistake. Asian ladies. Just think about it though. It's all minorities. All of them into crooked shit. But if he would have came into his position with only white people, wouldn't he be a problem? Wouldn't it have been a problem? He would have been getting talked about, right?
Right.
So he damned if he do, damned if he don't. But I respect him for at least he tried. These are people said they could do the job. He
You
gave them the
know what?
position. Nobody saying
And
they
you
wasn't
know what?
qualified. That they crook.
Let me, and you know what 12 rounds talk about. We've been talking about this for 12 hours. You know what I'm saying. Y'all, every time you want to blame minorities, you don't want to blame just us as a people. But there are other minorities always try to screw us as a people. But it's so funny though, right? 12 rounds? Who the one was fighting for their rights?
Us.
Okay. Now I thought it was just us and everything. But these are the ones that screw us over.
All day because they jealous that we have the position. They didn't look. They didn't come into it to fight for us to be a mayor, to be a president. They just want us to, we all work together, kumbaya. But we always get to a point where they don't want us to be that great, right? They don't really want us to be that great. Mayor Adam, Mayor Eric Adams in a position where he could have hired anybody, and he chose to hire black women, white women. He did the whole DEI. He did the whole DEI. You can't say that. Really look through. Really, people got to really look at his administration. They
But
got to look at it really well and see how he did the whole DEI thing,
but
and the people not doing their job. They
but you
being
know
what they
what?
are.
but you know, 12 hours, you better be careful now because you know why? Because
There you go.
you know why? Because you know you're talking about other women and you're talking about other women. You know what happened? You're a woman. You're supposed to be on our side. This is sisterhood. Why are you talking about the women and you see that man trying to hurt us? What you would say about that?
I say that that is their opinion, and they have a right to come to me and say whatever. But we don't have to agree. See, I don't have a problem. I agree to disagree because I understand that women have. There are some women that don't have no relationship with their father. I know women like that. I know women that want no man in the house. They don't have no man in the house. Okay, I know that, and so they don't see it. They don't make. They're all women. I don't know how that happened. Like nobody had a boy, and it's dangerous. And I don't know. I don't support that. But I know that I know for myself that it happens. Like it's just women, so they don't have to work with that dynamic. But see, I don't get that. I don't get that. I don't get that privilege because I had a boy child. See, I didn't get a girl. I got a boy. So I have to go through that dynamic of him wanting to have sports and me wanting him to be happy. I had to go that route. But I do understand. I haven't personally experienced a woman experience of just women in the house, but I understand that there are women that experience in that, and I personally know them. So I don't go crazy with them when they talk when they talk from their experience. I allow them to
But
understand it. And what I try to do is I try to keep them around men. Listen, and you with me, you're gonna be around men because I got a son and I'm not playing that game, okay? I'm gonna go to the game, I'm gonna be around men, and out of respect for him, I know how to be quiet. I'm not gonna argue with them every damn minute because I don't feel comfortable with stuff. You know what I mean? Like I know how to just I'm gonna let it go. You
Well,
know?
but you know, 12 vows. I'm playing devil advocate here. The women said, "How dare you talk about us like that? What about these men hurting you? What about these young boys doing all that? You got a son. I know your son like to get in trouble and stuff like that. But hey, what about our young girls is not being protected? How dare you, 12 vows? You go against especially us. You know how hard it gonna be. These men ain't no good, 12 hours. How could you do that? We have to pull your girl's car.
And I have experienced that because when I was at
What?
HCBU debate in the Apollo, one of the arguments that a black woman was making was that black women are the least protected in the world and how they are um, experiencing the worst out of everybody. And I got up at the microphone and I said, I don't believe that because black men get arrested all the time. They get searched. I said, when was the last time you've been arrested or been searched? Have you ever been to Central Booking? Everybody was silent. They was uncomfortable. And there was men there. They just listening because they go by something they heard somebody say. They say, oh yeah, and then they go with it without even knowing all the facts. Have you been to Central Bookings? Have you been to Central Bookings? Has a police officer in a unmarked car jumped out while you were just walking down the block and illegally searched you, threw you up against the wall? Has that happened to you where you don't feel safe in your own area? I just want to know. Has anybody harassed you in authority, made you feel like you a child when you a whole grown man? Not a whole grown woman. It's not happening. They want to always try to act like this, and then and I got backlash for that. Do you think I care? I don't give a fuck because I have a son, and you're not gonna make it like all men are bad. All men are not bad. You're blanket everything. We're not a monolith. We're not all going through the same thing, and we're not gonna play that game when I'm in the room. And I'm gonna have men. I'll invite them. I'll have them there, and I wish you try to disrespect them in front of me because I will check her, and you have to because there are women that don't have no respect for men. They don't have a good experience with them. And I get that. I get that you didn't have it, but that's on you, boo boo. Make a change. There are good men out here. You are the one who allowing yourself to stay with this man that's not respecting you. Once he calls you
Mm-hmm.
out of your name, he be like, once he calls you a bitch, stop talking to him. Why are you still with this man that has called you a bitch? He has no respect for you, so you need to remove yourself. Easy,
And,
but they don't
and
want to
let
do
me
it.
stop you there, 12 vows. Let me stop you there because I want you to continue. This is a black woman, right? A mother of a grown son. This is a mother, right, that been in the streets political for years. This is a woman that actually seen black men getting arrested for nothing. Arrested for nothing. It'd be at times on channel that show us how black men get arrested for nothing.
They're getting kidnapped.
She kidnapped. Also, she be in these meetings. I want people to understand that. So people that you picking on us on the you get she talk of the experience that us as black men continually go through. And he got some black women talking about we not being protected. So they came up her mouth, right? Make better choices. You know who
They
said
got to.
that? You know who said that 12 vows? I
Who?
guarantee your mother said that. I guarantee that my late mother said that. My late grandmother said that. My great great grandmother said that. My aunt said that. Because mostly my mother's side of the family, I'm talking about my first cousin, all cousins are women. They even say that. Make better choices. But see, I don't see people because it comes from me. Oh, you hate black women. You want us to be instead. Oh no. You're not gonna put that. I'm talking about my son. You're not gonna put that on me because it comes from a. You see, 12 out. She's a mother.
And I
She
introduced them to men. Listen,
and
they got to get
she
introduced
is
to men.
echoing what the women in the past has been said.
I introduced them to men. Like I had some men. We had an event. Women's Auxiliary had an event, right? I made sure I invited men. They could come or not. They came out. Like two, three of the men helped me set up my table. I mean, it was beautiful, and the women was just so happy. Everybody was in a good mood, but you don't see that dynamic if they don't invite it. There's a lot of women, they just act like they're gonna do it all by themselves. I have been with those women. They don't want no help. They don't
Yeah.
even try to. They don't even ask them. Like I said, I come in. This is what I listen. I come in. I said, let the men set up. Like where's the men? We put a. I'm doing myself. I said no. And I called the men over, and they set up, and then they be kind of upset because they don't want to thank the man. They don't want to thank him. They don't want him there, and that's not me.
But
They
see,
don't want
that's
him
what
there. That means they
sometimes
don't
is
want my son
very
there.
real. But see, look how you present yourself. You let your feminine, right, come into the act. And you ask them, could you help her out and everything? Because that's your own way. You're giving them respect. You give them that
Yeah,
power
they
that you are wanted. But
yeah.
sometimes
I
us
want
as
them.
black men, we don't have that. If we don't see feminine, you say you got it, you got it. Then we not helping you.
Yes. But wait, I got a true story. This is a true story. I went to this women's convention and I had my son with me and I come up in there and they said, "Oh, he can't come." And I said, "What?"
What?
They said he can't come. And I said, "Why he can't?" They said, "This is a women's convention." And I said, "But you have men here." They had men in the music department and stuff. They said, "No, but he can't be here." And my son said, "It's okay, mom. I'm good," because he didn't want to go anyway. You know how like
Right.
sometimes you be dragging your kid with you. He didn't care, but I thought
But but
that was
but but,
some
but I
weird shit.
understand why you took it because you want right, exactly. As right, as a parent, right.
I was like, I said, what's going on here? And those women, they was all about how we can do stuff with no help from no man. We get educated ourselves, and I was like, oh, I should have left. Now this is where this is a true story. I said I should have left once they told me I couldn't come in here with him. I should have knew. But see, that was my first time experience. I was a little shocked that he didn't care. So, and I had got invited there, but those were men hating women. Those women ain't. You hear me? You got women. They don't like men. Okay, and the men that they have around are gay men. So you don't know that. So you did.
Time out here. What you said they had who?
They have men that like other men, like
So
they
you
do.
talk so 12 hours. Help me out with here, because you know we cool, right? We brothers and sister, right? I want you to help. Now listen, because let me tell you, if I'm wrong, 12 hours on the radio, you know you wrong. You know you want to do your own investigation. So let me put it out there. So let me ask you, they had gay men out there because you
Yeah, I
know
thought they were
gay
regular
men.
men. They weren't.
So right. So I just want to put it out there. So when they had gay men around there, you know they not a threat. Is that safe to say that?
Oh yes, they talking about the same thing you talking about. They like eggplant like you like eggplant. They giving you recommendations on how to, how to deal with the men. They like the same thing you like.
It's like I'm going to a fair, right? Right? Check it out. I'm going to a fair, right? And I'm bringing my niece, right? It's a man affair, but they said my niece cannot come in, right? I'm talking about as a man, right? I said, but
All
you
right.
know, but you got a woman. No, you can't. Oh, it's a man's thing, but you can't come. See, now I want people to understand this. This is a true story that sister
My experience, yeah.
her
I
spirit
experienced myself.
that she been through with her son, and I'm gonna tell you, as a mother, right? By you seeing that experience and seeing through your son, tell people how you felt about it that your son had to see that.
What I felt was that I said I'm not gonna participate in stuff that don't want him there. That's like
Right.
that, and by doing that, even if he says, "Ma, you don't gotta stay, you don't gotta do this," because he took the time to get dressed and come out with me, so we could do something else together. I still got him with me. See, he feels like I got his back. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. Right. And
And
at the
that's what
same
you want
time,
to also keep. You got to keep that in mind. That sometimes it's not your thing. You're not making the rules, but you can still support the person you with. You can still say, "I got your back." You know what I'm saying? You don't got to be rude. Like somebody was being rude to my son one time, and I said, "You know what? Let's go." And he was like, "What?" I said, "Let's go," because nobody got no time for no nonsense. You want to be disrespectful? You don't want to see it then. My mom will do that. My mom will even do that. His grandma, you want to act like you got a problem? She's out. And so he know he can come here to us. You know what I'm saying? And that's
and
important.
but you
Because
know
that's what we do
what
though. But this is another thing, JT, and this
right.
is sad, but this is true. A lot of women, they get men that they don't really want the kids. They don't want the other kids, not theirs. And they kind of problematic maybe, right? The guy don't want to be dealing with that. And the woman, she'll be like, okay, I'll let him stay with some friends. I'll let him stay, and that's hurting his feelings because you his mom, you the support that he know, and you're gonna let him go for some new dude. That's disrespectful, and
It
I
is.
don't play that. I don't play that.
And you know what the sad thing about it as a man, right? When you told that story, you know what went through my mind. You agree with that as a man, right? I told him your son. I don't know. You probably think of it. I would like to ask your son one day about it, but by he go through experience, he gonna look and say, "Mom, I'm talking about as a man now. Mom, Dad." I said, "Dad, they don't want me there, but they want a fruit right there look like me. You know, you gonna tell me as me being a heterosexual man, you don't even want me there, but you want somebody that goes contrary of what God made me through you." And Daddy, I want to know. I'm talking about for me now.
Right.
Outside looking in. And then you know what I'm saying, Dad. I said, Mom. I said, and then you think about, I said, Dad, Mom. And I know for me, I said, Mom had to go through that. And because in my mind, it's like I know what's going on, But it just goes to show you what 12 vows just explained to you. There are hundreds of stories that's out there like that. That what Obama is talking about, this is really going on. And then also President Biden, this is the same one talking about it is okay that especially a young man of 8 years old, if he want to change his sexual 8 years old, he can't. This is the same. This is what I'm saying about these gay men trying to let us know that they are the standard of men, and they're not. They are not. Now,
So I got
the
another
rainbow that they
story for you.
talking about, they was not talking about no sky. They talking about their own rainbow. I got that again. I did a live with my brother. I forgot his name. With my brother. Do you know when we did that live, he said, you know, there are hundreds of different flags of homosexuality, and it still forms right now around the world. And so we have to understand that we got quite a few men that want to be around women like that because they are not threatened. See, strong masculinity comes from heterosexual men. I'm talking black men. It's a threat because we know what we stand from God through our late parents. I want people to understand that very loud and clear. We know what the rainbow comes to find out. Represent no gay rainbow. We don't represent nothing because that is against God's creation. But see, when you made that choice, gay black man, it's a choice. You made a choice. So stick it as a choice. So now this is what you want to be at, you go in that corner. But the sad thing about society, one has said, this is a standard. This ain't no, even lesbians, this is a standard. This is how they raise family. That is not a standard. And we have to understand that. I'm talking God's order now. And y'all know that's not a standard because you keep on pushing. Even you're pushing beyond the church. You're gay and you're lesbian talking about, oh, God loves us. You know that's a sin. You talking about looking on somebody's butt and get your licky on plastic. You're saying something? You said that's the standard? But the sad thing about it, we ain't talking about throughout humanity because it happened throughout humanity. But I'm talking about us as a people. We want to adopt this. And we wonder why there are certain things happening in our life. But these are the ones still want to pray to God. We're going to wait till she finishes.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah. And it's real sad. I mean, I'm just saying, understand it's real sad. And so when you have I'm talking about fathers too. Mother and fathers fight for their kids to be right. Y'all got something against that? You got something against a daughter wants to be straight, wants to procreate, or say a straight black man wants to procreate, have a family? Y'all against that?
I got another true story for you.
Go ahead.
So I was at this event where we was at a table sitting mixed group, men and women, and this young man, he was kind of, how you doing? And he had asked if I mind him getting me dessert. I said, no, I don't mind. And the guy that was sitting at the head of the table, he said, young man, get me some too. And he gave me a huge slice of cake, and he gave him like a little slice. And so the man said, I'm supposed to have that slice of cake, and you're supposed to have this slice. And I said, you want this slice of cake? I said, you can have it. He said, what? You don't mind? I said, I don't mind. And we switched because that guy, his how you doing so was low key trying to be disrespectful with that simple thing, trying to give me a huge slice, right? And give him a small slice because they know how to do little slick, stupid stuff, you know? They be doing
Mm-hmm.
little slick stuff. And I don't got no time for men get bigger portions. So I don't know what was that about, but I wasn't gonna play it. See, we have to choose not to play the game,
Right.
you know, because they all about playing the game.
Yeah. And you know, I think we gotta talk more about that too.
Yeah, we do. I agree with you.
We gotta talk more about that because there are a few games that they playing that we not catching it, and I think that you know what, we gonna do it like this, 12 hours. I think we should start off something. We always start off something, you know that. I think we should talk about that more on your channel and also more on my channel too. We got to
Mm-hmm.
because it's happening and they winning.
I agree with you. People need to hear it because I don't think they even know um the nonsense that goes on.
They don't. I got a true story too, right? I went to 7-Eleven one time, right? So I ordered me a burger, right?
Right.
So with this guy, let's say he's a fruity, right? He said, I don't serve straight men. I said, listen, I said, the only salad I know is getting. I said, only salad I know, I get it from the grocery. I don't want your salad. Cause I ain't like that. I love women's salad, if you know what I mean. I like one straight salad. So I don't care. You know what they got there? They said I discriminate him.
They said you discriminated against them. How?
Yeah, how exactly how? You the one come and say you ain't serving no straight men.
Mm-hmm.
You discriminate.
Right.
So where is you talking about? But see, I know what I'm talking about, and you know, and he can. So you know, they got the manager come here. You know, he's super fruity. You know, any fruity peppers is harder than him. So of course he going, man, listen, I'm not trying to. I said, you know what? I take my money somewhere else. And with that, and these are the things that us heterosexual we deal with because now they feel like we taking advantage. How we take advantage of you? He discriminate me.
Right.
No.
I completely understand.
So what happened was I walked to another 7-Eleven. I got served pretty good. You know what I'm saying? They say, yeah, you know. The other lady, she said, yeah, I was there earlier. They said this. I said, get out of here. They did the same thing for me. What? I said, yeah. I said, you know, I mean, like, come on. And I said, they got the nerve to me. I discriminate. Yeah, they told me the same thing. I discriminate because I told them, if you don't serve my husband, don't serve me. I said, I know that. I know that's right. And so these are the people. They always talk about they get discriminated, but those are the ones who started over a choice, over a sexual choice. Get out of here. Well, you know, and this, you know, they always fight with a broken hand. You know what I mean? Let me show people. They always show people. Look 12 out. They always look 12 out. Look, you know, you know, you know, you know. They do like this. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? Oh no. Only broke hand I know when I shoot basketball. That's all I know. I don't know about nothing else. No, don't do that. No. I'm a straight heterosexual black man. And love to be and I love heterosexual black. I love it. Don't come me with that. But
Right.
But these are the people we deal with. And I'm going to tell you one thing. It's not just happening to heterosexual black men. It happened to heterosexual black women too.
Right.
Lot did y'all think of? Because you know why? Because heterosexual deals with heterosexual. The man and the women. They don't like that. Now, if you like plastic, you keep it in that corner. And these people are dangerous. They are. But you got to know the laws.
And I think that's how we can help people. We can help people by letting them know, you know, where they can get information and so forth. Because they don't know.
No, you don't. Where you at, 12 hours?
I'm over here at the this place that's fixing your phone.
Oh, okay. These people, man, I'm telling you, these people are something. And you know, they got the nerve say, we always get discriminated. We always get programs taken away from us. What programs getting taken away from y'all? Where? Y'all got everything else. You got your job. Y'all ain't got your job. You ain't got those jobs over your merit. Let's be honest. Because now it's federal law. These people, some of y'all, I shake my head, but you know, we gonna have 12 hours. Promise me, she gonna reach out to Eric Adams people and to try to get them over here. And I want 12 hours to be part of that too, because now people say, but you taking it for Eric Adams like that. Man, I make mistakes. Yeah, he didn't make mistakes, but come on now, you know, and again. He invited minorities. And look how they did him. And look how the governor had treated Evan Adams. Am I right, 12 hours? And then he the one sponsor for her to make sure she can be a governor. Oh, you picking, but see, you picking on women now. Why are you picking on women? No, I'm not picking on women, but he the one co-signed her to be the governor. And look how she treat him now. But y'all talking about sisterhood, right? What sisterhood? Because at the end of the day, that white woman is going to look out for her people. She ain't looking out for us. But some of your women are so stupid to understand that. And even these DL men and the sugar flower, funny tail rainbow boys fail to understand that. But y'all got the nerve. Y'all
they don't want to understand it.
No, they don't. Right, thanks for correcting me. They don't want to understand it. Thanks for correcting me on that.
They want to do what they want to do.
Right. Little funny sour cream boy. Get out of here with that, man. I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna go back, start cooking y'all too. I'm gonna go back. Yes. Yeah. The underrated true life stories. I gotta bring that back. I'm gonna start cooking y'all foods. Oh yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have so much fun. I don't care. Y'all want to come after me? Come after. Come on, come on. I'm ready. Oh, I'm ready. Oh, I know y'all come after me before, and you see how I destroyed y'all, did y'all? Do you really want me? And then I annihilate y'all again. Of facts. Come on. Little Licky Brown boy. Come on. Because you know you're not right. You're not right. Y'all the ones get us locked up for nothing. Y'all the ones always complaining. And then certain things don't go your way in the public scene. Y'all want to call, y'all always want to call the cops and all that. I see y'all. But you know what, 12 hours? You know what's so funny about that? Talking from a heterosexual black man to a heterosexual black woman. And I'm talking about some women. You know, there are some women now, they say they tired of being lesbian. Because of being a lesbian is nothing but trouble. And they say they're thinking about they want to be a man. As a man, they want to stand, they want to be with a man. What you think about that? What you think about that?
I think that happens with them when they stop trying to fight. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times they want to fight the man and be the man, but then after they stop wanting to fight, because you see a lot of gay women got a lot of kids. I know a gay woman that had like 8 kids. I was like, how that happen? How?
8 kids?
They do. A lot of them. They be having a lot of kids. This is ridiculous. They do. You know, have you noticed that? A lot of them be having a lot of kids.
Yeah.
They start they go in and out. They really
I know one. She had 5. She's 38 and had 5 kids. She's lesbian. It is true.
They be doing them all.
I mean, how you a lesbian? You must have loved that stick or something. How you a lesbian? You love the stick. I'm just the same thing as a man. You say you like to lick women in, but you like to stick from the back, right? I just want to understand. I didn't put it out there like that. Y'all the one presented like that. Sometimes it makes you don't want to buy no candy bar and think about those people.
You a man.
I'm not dealing with Nestle Crunch no more because every time I think, and that's my favorite candy bar. What to McCall is the next. I don't want to deal with because y'all doing too much, and I don't want to do. Then I used to like Skittles. I like Skittles, the rainbow. I don't even want to do Skittles no more. I don't want to do Skittles.
You want to do no more Skittles?
I just put it back. I just put it back. I don't want to do it. I remember one time I talked to 12 Val something like that. I had him crying. I said, man, I don't want to deal with no Skittles. He see you crazy. I can't deal with no Skittles. Hey, wait, I think about the rainbow. Now, not the rainbow. I had him cry. I had him laugh. It's true. Every time I taste of Skittles, I said, no, I can't do this.
Oh my God, that's horrible.
I can't do it. I tried. You even got some prize had the rainbow on. I said, why they have rainbow? Why they have rainbow and coffee now? Rainbow had coffee? What's going on with this? I don't even want to buy coffee. I don't even want to buy the product. I said, I forget about it. I don't want
to do it. Underrated darkness. You
go to the restaurant. You go to the restaurant. You eat some cake. I know they're different colors of cake, and it's got to have the same colors of what they told me. I don't want to eat that cake. Cake. They don't even have chocolate on the shit. They got that rainbow. I don't want to eat that shit. Sprinkles. I understand sprinkles and stuff like that. I love sprinkles, but they gotta have their colors of sprinkles. I don't want to eat this. No. Put it back. Put it back.
JC, I gotta go. I had so much fun talking to you. You know, we're gonna do this again, and I'm gonna try to see
Yeah,
if I can get
make your
I
close it
can
out
get
too.
to Mayor Adams.
Yeah, make your last remarks.
I just my last remark is that when it comes to women that you know don't got no men around them, what you need to do is make sure that you at least have them around men. Because even on my YouTube channel, there's women that come through my space that don't get along with men, and they get to interact with them. And I think sometimes it helps them um, get a relationship with someone, at least virtually, because they don't be even talking to men. They don't talk to men. So the first thing you could do is introduce them. You know, have them in a space with a safe man. You know, a man that's nice, a man that's not there to hurt them because they don't know any. They don't have that experience, and that's horrible. It's horrible that um there's women out here that has never had a experience with somebody that they feel protected by that's a male. But you could help them with that. That's the first step, right? The second step is having events. I'm not saying you have to host the event, but if you have the ability to host it, it's safer if you host it because you can control it better. You know, like I have done some things where you know I have been involved with another person's um you know uh event, and that person they have people that are nasty to guys, and they just like that. They don't know them, and they offensive, and then you got extra nonsense to deal with. So if you host an event, even if it's as simple as a gathering to the theater together, something that just go to the happy hour, go to Taco Tuesday, but it's y'all, all of y'all know each other, and she can, y'all can, have a conversation, and she can get more comfortable with being in a company of males that are not mean. That's just something you gotta understand. Some women don't experience males that are not mean. So you gotta, if you can provide that for her, it can help her be more comfortable around men, and that's important because if she's only had bad experiences around them people in general, if you can
Right.
create an environment where she could be safe, I suggest you do it because I do that all the time. And my group is good. You know what I'm saying? Because they all know each other. I make sure everybody know each other's names. There's people go around all the time that they don't know each other's names. They come to
Right.
something, but they don't know people. Like me and JT, we say, hey, we know each other's names. We see each other, we like, hey, but there's people they come into a space, but they really are not networking. They really don't know anybody, and that's my third thing. My third thing is if you see somebody, even if they abrasive at first, just say hello. As a man, whatever, you just say hello. My name is, and because I meet a lot of people that are mean when they first meet me because they've had bad experiences with people, but they get used to me being the nice one, right? That might be a lot on you because you get frustrated too. That me and JT talk about that all the time about how we dealing with the community is not easy. But you are the safe one. You're the one that's the professional, whatever, right? So you responsible to be always nice. And they see you say good morning, how you doing? They can just walk away.
Hmm.
But eventually that won't be the case. They'll come out and then say hi to you, and they'll be expecting that. So I say in my closing words, just do those simple things, and you see a change. You're making a difference. You are.
Yeah,
And thank you for the
and
opportunity,
the
Jake.
Evan Adams thing, reach out
I'm
quick
gonna
as you
I'm gonna
can,
see if
and
I
I
can get
want
a
you to be
number.
part of the panel. So we got to get we got to get that word out. Serious.
Yes. And thank you,
Thank you,
JT, for
sis.
having me up.
Thank you. And tell your son
Later,
say hi.
guys.
Tell everybody say hi for me.
I'm gonna see him. I'm gonna see him. I'm going now.
All
He
right.
called me. Okay,
All
bye.
right. Bye. All right. That's our sister 12 Vows here. We get ready to close it out. Thank everybody in the chat. The ones who left and everything. See, great conversation. Black man and a black woman coexist together, make things happen, right? But for an underrated one family, they ain't gonna care. Some from, people from No Duck Zone, they don't care what we talk about. One LVZ, the LDBC, they don't care what we talk about. But we say we show that we coexist. But what do we know, right? On behalf of my channel, let me say this. The fight between Crawford and Canelo, I'm gonna reach out some people and see I can get this on. So we talk about it, and also the undercards, right? I'm gonna see how I can get this done, maybe hopefully before Friday. I have to reach out some people so we could elaborate on this, right? I'm gonna see what I could do. But this is the last of Good Morning to the Fam, part 47. Part 48 will be soon. Hashtag the truth, the #1 grinder. If anything, say just keep on doing your best, y'all. I know sometimes hard to do your best, but you're doing it. Keep your family straight. Keep yourself straight first. Keep yourself straight. Do the best you can to keep yourself straight. Your family and anybody disagree with what you're doing, trying to transform yourself to be better you, it's okay. Let them be in that corner. And the ones that gossip around you keep them close. So that's the only way we're going to make it. Again, on behalf of my channel, The Underrated Darkness, y'all truly the #1 grinder, one of the best kept secrets on social media. Better believe that. We put it down for a long time. Best of the business. Y'all have a great afternoon. If I don't come back, great evening, right? See y'all then. This one is Ghost. Peace. Ghost.